down from there, you little man. You are not going up.
And
No,
let me
he's sneezing at me.
make sure. Welcome everybody to day 2. And
No,
I can see that we're live in
poor
my
little man.
Facebook group. So I'm assuming we're live elsewhere. Hi, Steph. Okay, so is there somebody unmuted? Janice is saying, need to tell everyone to put on mute. Let me just make sure. I have a setting that says people cannot unmute themselves, but let me just make sure. Looks like everybody is muted. And they will not be able to unmute themselves unless I give them permission. All right, good. Thank you. I must have my speakers off or something because I was not hearing anything. Okay, so we're going to get underway here. Right on time. We have 1 minute to go. I started the meeting a little bit early so that we could get this streaming and get this going right on time. So if you were here yesterday, let me know. Let me know that you were here. If you were not here yesterday, please stay. I'm going to reconnect all of us with the container that I created. I do encourage you to go and listen to day 1. However, if you missed that, you can find day 1 in the guide section of my private community. You can also find it on my YouTube, which is just my name, Elysia Hartzell. You can find it under the live tab. And there's also a playlist for this entire event. So they're easy to find. If you did register and are officially receiving the emails, I encourage you to go and print out the activated journal that you received yesterday. You received it today. There'll be a link to that in all of the emails. We're going to be doing a little bit of writing today during the healing. You can also grab just a blank piece of paper, but if you have your journal, your activated journal, that has additional healing built into literally the paper that you are writing on. So it's an even better way to work with this. And thank you, Ashley, for putting that in the comments on Zoom. So if you want the journal, if you're not officially registered, if you're here on Zoom, you registered because that's the only place to get the Zoom link to join me is through registering. But if you're on Facebook or YouTube and you want the journal, you want all the reminder and replay emails, just type register in the comments and my team will get you the link to officially sign up so that you can get all the extra things. Rashmila says, can we draw it on the paper and write it below? That actually is not activating it because you are not attuned to these technologies. Once you come through the certification class, you can do that, but nobody is attuned to these yet. So the only way to really use the activated sheet is to use the one that I activated and sent out in the emails. So let me look at these comments here. Can you set an intention to receive the benefit of the paper all while writing on a different paper? So really, the only way to get the benefit of the activated paper is to use the journal that I activated. However, if you don't have that, don't worry about that. There is going to be healing that we're using the same symbol that I used on that sheet of paper, and you're going to receive that healing just by being here. I do encourage you to also write because there is something extra that happens when we put pen to paper. Can you repeat with new things? Yes, you can come back and listen to the replays. I will be leaving those up, and bring in a different intention or different focus for the healing. Margaret, my goal from the 21-day program that we just finished on Sunday was to related to relationship healing, and you're excited that it is our focus today. Yes. Hi, Vinny Ann. I played the replay earlier today. Very powerful. Okay. Yes, don't worry if you don't have the journal or you can't print it out. That's just an extra step. The majority of the healing is coming through what we're going to be doing today. So don't worry if you don't have it or you can't print it. It's just something additional for you guys. All right. By right, do you mean right about our intention? Yes, Wingfield. So when we get underway with the healing today, part of the healing is going to be focused on clearing, and I'm going to invite you to write down anything that is coming up for you as we go through that process during the healing today. And then the second part of our experience today is going to be about connecting and creating the relationships that are healthy and that are loving and joyful. So you might want to write on the front and back of your paper if you have the activated paper. Yes, you can definitely repeat the previous healings for additional healing and benefit. Oh, and happy Halloween, by the way. I'm not really doing much other than this for Halloween today. All of my kids are grown and doing their own grown-up things. So, but I've had many Halloweens with making costumes. We always made our own costumes on Halloween rather than store-bought ones, and it was really fun. And my youngest daughter, well, actually all of them have continued that tradition, but my youngest daughter is in art college taking classes on sewing and costume design, so it's perfect for her. She's very creative. So let's get underway with this topic today. So welcome officially to day 2 of this 5-day Odyssey, this journey to rewrite your story with the language of sacred soul symbols. And today we are working on the topic of relationships. The next 3 days, we're going to be focusing on different areas of our life. Today's relationships, tomorrow is money and wealth, and Thursday is health, mental, emotional, and physical health. And then Friday, we're going to do a big co-creation process to really anchor in everything that's come through all week. So relationships are really our biggest opportunity in life for growth. And they can be our biggest source of pain. Let me know if you've experienced that. They can also be one of our biggest sources of joy. And let me know if you've experienced that and what relationships have and are bringing you the most joy. I can say that the moment that each of my 3 daughters were born were 3 of the happiest moments, the most joyful moments of my life. Our relationships with others really begin with our relationship with ourself. And if we're holding beliefs about being unlovable or unworthy, that is a signal that we're sending out to others, and other people will unconsciously treat us that way. If we believe we're unlovable and we're putting out those frequencies about being unlovable, being unworthy, and we're sending those signals out to other people, that's how we're going to be treated. That's going to be our experience in life in relationship with other people. Unless and until we take the steps to unwind and heal that false programming. And much of that type of false programming is created in childhood, even before we are born, even before we're entering into our first breath. We have taken on so much already in the womb. We begin our life in deep relationship with our mother. In the womb, we are imprinted with our mother's heart patterning. So if our mothers have wounding, as all humans do, we take some of that on. And of course, unless and until we heal that, this wounding shapes our reality, all aspects of our reality, but particularly our relationships with other people. And not only do we hold our mother's wounding, many people also hold wounds from our relationship with our mother. This is called the mother wound. This wound, unless and until it is healed, will continue to play out in our life, in our relationships, especially our relationships with women. And because our DNA is half from our fathers, you guessed it, we also take on trauma programming, false beliefs, trapped emotions, all sorts of discordant and disharmonious patterns from our father. And many of us also have trauma, wounding from our relationships with our fathers, the father wound. This wound, of course, as you're going to hear me say a few times today, unless and until it is healed, it will affect all of our relationships. It can affect our concept of God, our relationship with God, with Source, with authority, and our relationship with men, especially. And that's just what we're holding from our parents, right? We experience many relationships in our lives with other family members, siblings, with caretakers, teachers, friends, peers, members of our community, our churches, later in life with romantic partners, bosses, coworkers, employees. And a lot of these relationships have been painful at one time or another. Romantic relationships are particular opportunities for growth. We often choose romantic partners who reflect back to us our trauma, our wounding, discordant patterns. But more often than not, unless we become really aware of what's happening, these opportunities can be masked as painful experiences, unless and until we take the steps to heal them. And when we do that, relationships can become one of our biggest sources of joy. When we look at all the places and all the ways that we have taken on and experienced trauma in and around relationships, it can seem astonishing that anyone has happy, fulfilling relationships. But it is definitely possible. And our relationships with others can be a huge source of happiness, joy, and fulfillment. And that's what we're going to be creating today in the healing. So I was born into a family that was very, very loving. Not that my parents were without wounding, because they were, especially my mom, but I was born 4 weeks premature. And I didn't realize until probably about 6 or 7 years ago just how much that experience impacted me. So the first 4 weeks of my life was spent in an incubator. I was 3 pounds when I was born. And at that time in 1970, in an army hospital, they weren't very advanced in understanding, human emotions and how these type of things really affect humans. So I was automatically put into an incubator, even though there was nothing physically or medically wrong with me. And I wasn't allowed to be touched or held for the first 4 weeks of my life. And that left me with an imprint of feeling and believing that I was alone. And that has been one of my major, major patterns that I have had to work on unwinding my whole entire life. And even though I had very loving parents, I grew up in a very loving family, I always felt alone. And when I was 17, my dad died in a tragic accident, and that compiled that wounding. I then, very young, entered into a very unhappy marriage, and I was married for 20 years. That definitely compiled a lot of wounding around this area of my life. And I have done an enormous amount of work on all of this, on myself, over the last decade and a half, and am finally now very happily in a relationship that really, in many ways, exceeded anything that I had hoped for in years past. So I can tell you that this work, it works. It can transform your relationships, in every relationship in your life. And I've seen this not just in my life, but in dozens of people that I have worked with. I would even say hundreds of people that I have worked with over the last 10 years. So today I want to show you the sacred soul symbols that we're going to be working with. I promised yesterday that I'm going to keep these calls as short as possible while still giving you an amazing experience, because 5 days is a big commitment to show up together for 5 days in a row. So I'm going to show you the symbols, and we're going to dive into the healing. And during the healing, I'm going to give you some time to write out what is coming up for you. So if you missed what I said at the beginning, maybe you joined me halfway through, grab your activated journal if you have printed that out. And if you haven't or don't have that, just get a blank piece of paper and something to write with. So remember what sacred soul symbols are. So just in case you didn't join me yesterday, I want to give you a recap of exactly what sacred soul symbols are. They are visual representations of quantum spiritual technologies, meaning that these technologies are from and are working within the quantum field where all potential and possibility exists. They're represented by the visual symbol that makes these technologies more tangible and easier to work with. So this is the family of origin symbol. You can see that it looks a lot like a DNA strand. This is actually the only symbol that I didn't draw with my hands. I could see it in my mind's eye, and I described it to my graphic artist, and he was able to recreate exactly what I saw in my mind's eye. But I didn't draw this one with my hand. All the rest of them I drew out, hand, pen to paper. These quantum spiritual technologies unlock potentials within the quantum field. And remembering, the quantum field is where all potentials exist. So they can unlock any potential. They bypass the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind in order to allow the healing and activation to go deeper than ever before. And I have seen this work in astounding ways, really bypassing the resistance that our minds can create in a healing, especially in an instantaneous shift and transformation. They're working multi-dimensionally, meaning across all time, space, and reality. The healing that is experienced with these symbols is working not only on our current self, but also within our ancestral line, and especially this family of origin symbol that I'm going to be using today. It's going to be unwinding these things that I talked about that we took on from our mothers and our fathers, that they took on from their mothers and fathers, and it goes way down the ancestral line. So it's working within that, within the DNA, and also working within all soul experiences, all past, parallel, and future timelines, therefore affecting all aspects of our life and our being. So the next technology, the next sacred soul symbol I'm going to bring in is the inner child symbol. We're going to work with this to connect with and to give yourself what you didn't receive as a child, to reclaim this aspect of you fully whole and healed. We're going to be working with the trauma of abandonment symbol. This is going to be working with all forms of abandonment. Abandonment is most people's core wound. Abandonment comes in many forms, from neglect, from an experience like what I shared. I didn't experience neglect, but that's a wound I took on. My first experience in life was the trauma of abandonment. The trauma of abandonment can also come about from abuse. So it can range all the way from, feeling unheard as a child to severe abuse. We're going to work with the sever symbol. This was the first symbol I ever received. And we're going to use this symbol to sever from past relationships that have been harmful, that we no longer wish to have in our lives in any way, shape, or form. So we can still be energetically holding on to a relationship that we have been done with for decades, even past life relationships. We can have hooks, cords, and attachments. We can be energetically married to someone that we are legally and physically divorced from, for example. We can still be holding those energetic oath, vows, and contracts. So we're going to use this symbol to sever from past relationships. So allow your mind to begin thinking about who you might want to bring in to disconnect from in this healing. We're going to also be using this symbol to sever from disharmonious and painful relationship patterns. We're going to be bringing in the pattern disconnect symbol. This is going to work on disconnecting even deeper from those patterns within our relationships that are creating or contributing to pain, to sorrow, to grief, to guilt, to shame, anything that is an unwanted experience. I'm going to be bringing in the emotional body symbol here as well to really clear our emotional body from these traumas, these dense emotions that we have taken on from these experiences. And I'm going to be bringing in the mental body symbol. And this is going to work on really reprogramming our mind and our mental body with new positive beliefs so that we can actually create new positive relationship experiences. So that's the clearing portion of this healing. Then I'm going to be bringing in the truth symbol. This is doing multiple things. This is going to remind us of the truth of who we are, but it's also going to allow us to understand our truth and to be able to speak our truth, to be able to speak what it is that we want in life and in our relationships. I'm going to be bringing in the connect symbol, and this is going to work in our connections with others to make them more loving, more harmonious. And if you are focusing on calling in new relationships, you can focus on that when I bring this symbol in to help connect you to those, potentially connect you to a soulmate, connect you to a new group of friends, connect you to people that are going to be beneficial in your life and that you can be beneficial to in their life. Then we're going to align with all of this with the align symbol. This is going to work in your energy field to align you with those connections, whether they are connections that you are healing and improving that already exist in your life, or new connections that you're calling in. And then we're going to anchor it all in with the anchor symbol. So I think we are ready to begin our healing. I just want to look at the comments really quick, see if there's any questions. Good, beautiful share. So if you guys have anything to share with the group as you are receiving this healing, as we're moving through this, please do so. And that's bringing it all into this container. So I'm looking at your comments here that you're sharing on Zoom. I'm not going to read those aloud because this is a private Zoom space here, but I see you and I'm reading what you guys are sharing here. this will all be included in the healing. All right, so I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can see the symbols as I bring them in. They can activate in your energy field. They are actually already beginning to activate in your energy field because I brought them in. Yeah, Cheryl saying just flashing the cards, I felt activation. Absolutely. Okay, so let me share my screen here. All right, so these are the symbols that we worked with yesterday. I'm going to turn my camera off so that it's not covering that up. So I'm going to reconnect us with these symbols and the container that we created. So first I'm going to get us all into the quantum field, get us connected. So just allow yourself to begin to receive the healing that we did yesterday, whether you were here or not. Just allowing your mind to connect with those symbols. As you take a moment to get comfortable, sitting up with your spine straight, that open symbol is really working with your spine. Placing your feet flat on the ground or lying flat and just settling into your body, bringing all of your awareness into the present moment, and just relax. And now closing your eyes, allowing yourself to land right here, right now. Allowing your body to relax even more. Now placing your focus and awareness onto your heart and just breathe. Allowing your breath to slow and deepen. Breathing as if you're breathing directly from your heart. Allowing your inhale and exhale to slow to about a count of 5. Inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continuing this long, slow, deep breath through your heart as you bring your awareness to the energy of compassion. Compassion is one of the highest frequencies that we can access and one of the building blocks of creation. I invite you to see, sense, feel, or imagine the energy of compassion as a beautiful pink light surrounding you. And as you breathe through your heart, using your intention to breathe that pink light of compassion into your heart, allowing this energy of compassion to fill and expand your heart. And with your next breath, allowing this energy of compassion to expand into every cell of your body, feeling the cells of your body vibrating with the frequency of compassion. With your focus and awareness on your heart, feeling into the heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of Gaia, the ascended aspect of our earth plane, and the heart-to-heart connection between your heart and the heart of creation, pure source energy. Noticing the beautiful golden light in the heart of Gaia and the glorious iridescent light in the heart of creation. And with your next breath, simultaneously begin to breathe the golden light from Gaia and iridescent light from the heart of creation into your heart. And as you breathe these energies into your heart, allowing this golden light and iridescent light to merge with the pink light of compassion, creating a beautiful iridescent rose gold light, allowing this light to expand your heart even more. And with your next inhale, allowing this light to fill all the cells of your body, expanding beyond your physical body, going 12 feet out in all directions, filling your entire toroidal field, your entire energy field, creating a beautiful iridescent rose gold ball of light that you are in the center of. And just taking a moment here to notice how loved, nurtured, safe, and protected you are in this space. And as you continue breathing through your heart, imagining the beautiful iridescent light flowing down from the heart of creation, connecting you with the energy of all that is, with possibility, with potential, with pure source energy, allowing this energy to move through your entire chakra column, traveling all the way down into the heart of Gaia. And imagining the beautiful golden light from the heart of Gaia flowing up, connecting you with the infinite wisdom, wealth, knowledge, and abundance that Gaia holds, coming all the way up through your entire chakra column and traveling all the way up into the heart of creation. And as these energies flow in, through, and around you, witnessing the beautiful ball of light that you are in, expanding with every breath you take. And now I invite you to feel into the heart-to-heart connection between your human aspect and your divine aspect, the highest aspect of your soul that's guiding you through your human experience. And with your next inhale, allowing your human aspect to merge with your divine aspect. And as you merge with your divine aspect, feeling yourself expanding into all of this light surrounding you, feeling yourself expanding infinitely, expanding all the way into the heart of creation, expanding all the way into the quantum field where all potential and possibility exists. And as we move into this healing, just staying in your heart, breathing through your heart, connected to the energy of all that is. Just breathe and allow yourself to expand into the energy of all potential and possibility. Good. And just taking a moment to connect back into the container that we created yesterday that's holding you in this sacred space, opening you up to this healing, allowing you to merge more deeply with your own divine aspect while remaining fully sovereign. And that is already working to gather the memories, the awarenesses, the information, the frequencies that are in support of this healing. So in Divine Love and Light, calling in and activating the family of origin symbol now. And if you would like to open your eyes, you can see this symbol on your screen. And I invite you to take out your sheet of paper or your activated sheet, if you have that. And just from within this expanded awareness that you're in right now, allow yourself to connect with what you're holding in your DNA that is ready to be released. You may be surprised at what comes out onto your paper. Maybe things that you weren't aware of. Maybe abuses that your parents were holding that they passed on to you. If you are unable to write on paper right now, just allow your mind to expand into that awareness as this symbol is working within your DNA. Good. And now calling in and activating the inner child symbol. If you'd like, you can take a moment to open your eyes if they're closed and allow this technology to activate within your energy field. And if you're writing on your paper, what would you like to say to your inner child? Just connecting with that aspect of you, allowing yourself to receive what you did not receive in childhood. Fully reclaiming this aspect of you. What message does your inner child have to share with you today? What are you ready to heal that may be a wound that your inner child is holding? Allowing this healing to happen in this very moment. Now calling in and activating the trauma of abandonment. You can see this on your screen, and if you're writing, what is your core trauma of abandonment? The first thing that comes to mind. It may be something that your mind is telling you is small, like feeling unheard. It may be something that your mind is telling you is too big to heal, like severe neglect or abuse. Allowing this healing to take place now. One of the things that this symbol is showing me is the different outer circles are fragments of ourselves that have fragmented off when we have had these experiences. And they're being drawn back in, allowing yourself to reclaim those aspects of yourself, allowing the healing that created the fragmentation to be complete. Remembering that this is also working on the DNA and ancestral level. So this is healing any trauma of abandonment that you took on in your family lineage. And divine love and light calling in and activating the sever symbol. This symbol is working on a few different things. If you would like to receive a severing energetically from any past relationship that is no longer serving you, that is no longer in your life, that you feel you may still be energetically connected to, you can write that person's name on your paper or bring that person to your mind. Good. And if you're on Zoom, I'm witnessing your comments. This technology is also working to sever from disharmonious relationship patterns. So, what patterns are you ready to let go of that keep playing out in your relationships? It may be a codependence, it may be patterns of relationships with different personality types. It may be patterns of self-sabotage, sabotaging your relationships. Maybe victim patterns. If you're writing down, just write down those patterns that you are letting go of. Patterns of feeling unheard or unloved or unappreciated. Patterns of being controlled. Patterns of manipulation, suppression. Patterns of abuse. Patterns of unfaithfulness. Patterns of over giving, inappropriate or out of balance giving. And if you'd like to share in the comments, feel free to share what you are disconnecting from here. Patterns of jealousy, patterns of toxic relationships. Good. And continuing with this pattern theme, I'm going to bring in and activate the pattern disconnect. Which you can see on your screen here. And this is going into those roots of those patterns. Where did they come from? Where did they get created? You may have an awareness of where they got created, but you may not know. And the amazing thing about these quantum spiritual technologies, which are these symbols, is that we don't have to know. This is bypassing our mind, our conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind. Patterns of toxic, abusive, controlling, and unhealthy relationships. Patterns of suffering on behalf of others, martyrdom, always putting others first. Patterns of being silenced. Patterns of lack of confidence in relationships. Patterns of betrayal. Good. And just allowing that unwinding to go all the way back to the origin of this pattern, which may be in this lifetime, it may be in your family lineage, it may be in another soul experience. And you don't have to know. This is working on all levels without having to know. Patterns of speaking, not being allowed to speak your truth. Patterns of not wanting to be alive or not feeling like you have permission to be alive. Closing yourself off from receiving romantic love. Patterns of fear. Patterns of not being allowed to be a person. Patterns of not enough. Patterns of betrayal and guilt. Good. Patterns of shame. Patterns of forceful submission. Patterns of connection through pain rather than joy. Let's also include patterns of trauma bonding. That's basically what that is. Patterns of being misunderstood. Patterns of feeling out of control. Patterns of not being allowed to say or feel. Patterns of not wanting to live or wanting to die. Not believing in yourself. Patterns of feeling like giving up. Patterns of accepting gaslighting behaviors. All patterns of abuse, any form of abuse. Patterns of creating difficulty, patterns of relationships being challenging and difficult, patterns of ghosting, patterns of blame, good, of not wanting to show up for ourselves. And as we continue working on these patterns, I'm going to bring in the emotional body symbol, calling this in and activating this in divine love and light. So it's really working on the emotional trauma that these patterns have created. You can continue sharing the patterns you're letting go of if you would like. Patterns of judgment, of not being believed, having to prove everything that we say or feel. Just allowing this technology, this quantum spiritual technology, to work within your emotional body, dissolving and releasing dense, toxic emotions that are affecting your relationships, including your relationship with yourself, your relationship with God, and your relationship with all other people. Letting go of guilt and shame and hopelessness and despair, grief and sorrow, fear, anger, resentment. Good. And let's also release anyone else's emotions that we're holding in our emotional body. Good. Just becoming aware of the enormous amount of healing that's happening for you within your relationships. You may be healing things that you've been carrying for your entire life, or even for multiple lifetimes, and healing things that are within your family lineage. You may be breaking those patterns right now. calling in and activating the mental body symbol. And this is really working on our mental programming, and also working on releasing thought forms and crystallized thought forms that are in our mental bodies that may not have originated with us. Just allowing your mind to be reprogrammed with the truth. The truth of who you are, the truth of what you deserve, and the truth of what you're capable of. If you're writing, you can write the beliefs that you're letting go of right now. Beliefs that you're not worthy of love, that you have nothing to offer. Beliefs that relationships are painful. That you cannot do this. Good. And I'll give just another moment here to write down or share the beliefs that you're letting go of before we move into the activating part of this healing. And now calling in and activating the truth symbol. So with this symbol, you can see that the top of the circle is open. This is allowing your crown chakra to be open to receive an even fuller connection with Source, with God, with your own divine nature. And allowing that knowledge and understanding of yourself at this soul level, the knowledge of who you are through God's eyes, to activate in your throat and in your heart, so that you can speak from your heart, and so that your heart can know and understand the truth. And if you're writing, I invite you to write down who you are from this perspective, the first thing that comes to your mind. And if you feel like sharing that in the comments, we would love to hear. Infinite. I am powerful. I am limitless. love. I am a loving child of God. I am creator. I'm allowing myself to speak from my heart. I am peace. I'm a magical and beautiful goddess. I am a loving, forgiving angel on earth. Moon priestess. I am truth. I am soul. I am divine source. Love that, Wendy. Truth says, I am an angel of love. Beautiful. I am pure. I am light. I am a beautiful life. I am loving. I am me. Love it. I am everything. I am pure love. I am a portal of healing from the angelic realm. I am the one that I've been searching for. That's beautiful, Selena. I am a loving, compassionate being. First was me, then love, light, energy. I am one with Source. Full of being held in love. Beautiful, Wingfield. I am peace. I am a magnet for great things. Good. And keep sharing and writing. We're going to be anchoring all of this in so that you can hold on to this knowing. I am a creative manifestation of the divine on earth. Beautiful, April. I am a reflection of all. I am. And you're hearing that you are your name. I am an abundant light being meant to shine light and love. I am supported and loved by God's angels. I am a giver. Beautiful. Now taking all of that truth about who you are into all of your relationships. Calling in and activating the connect symbol now. I am the embodiment of the divine in essence. I am filled with divine love. I am inspired and inspiring. My light heals. Good. So just allowing the connect symbol to activate within your field and within your relationships. If you are calling in new relationships, whether that is a romantic soulmate relationship or friendships, partnerships of any kind, you can focus on that. If you're focused on also bringing healing and deepening your connection with your existing relationships, allowing this symbol to work in all of your relationships, including your relationship with yourself and with God. And if you're writing, I invite you to take a moment and write the key words that represent what you would like to feel and experience in your relationships. You can type these in the comments as well, whether you're here live or watching the replay. So maybe you would like to experience joy, connection. Maybe you would like to experience being seen and heard and witnessing another. at this level. Maybe you'd like to experience play and joy and fun, passion, acceptance, ease, kindness, understanding, oneness and joy, complete, honest openness. Beautiful. Supported, cherished, understood, acceptance of self, fun, and the ability to be silly. The experience of the other person always being there, being witnessed, valued, loved, being brave, experiencing ease within your relationships, feeling courageous, unconditional support. Good. Compassion. Being loved the way that you want to be loved. I'm going to add to that synergy where the combination of two or more people is amplified in the love that is experienced and shared with the world. Dancing. I love that, Debbie. Good. So let's bring in the align symbol. Calling in and activating this for all of us. Aligning you with all of these things that you have shared, that you have written. Aligning you with the truth of who you are. Aligning you with the most optimal connections. Aligning you with a healed and complete inner child. Good. Just feeling yourself coming into energetic and spiritual alignment with all of this. And we're going to anchor all of this into your physical reality so that you can actualize this in your life. So in Divine Love and Light, calling in the anchor symbol, allowing this to activate within your energy field. Anchoring all of this, everything that's come through here for you, into your heart and your higher heart, into your mind and your higher mind, into every cell of your body and your cellular memory, into your DNA, all of your chakras, your subtle bodies, your energy bodies. Anchoring all of this into your Earth Star chakra, into the heart of Gaia, into your soul grid, and into every dimension and reality where any aspect of you exists. Good. So beginning to bring your awareness back into your physical surroundings and just allowing yourself to stay anchored in this higher plane, staying connected to your divine aspect, connected to the quantum field, to source. When you're ready, take a deep breath and open your eyes. Beautiful. I love everything that you guys shared. I loved witnessing all of those technologies working so rapidly together within the quantum field. This was a lot of symbols to bring in. But when I sat with this healing, I knew that was what was meant to come in today. Good. That was amazing. So needed. That was so beautiful and powerful. Such a comprehensive and beautiful process. Thank you, Wind. Beautiful experience off the charts. Good. An incredible journey. Thank you. You're welcome, Catherine. So I would really, really love to hear from you all inside the private Facebook community. Please come in there and share. I think I'll start a thread so that it's easy to share. So come into my community, Sacred Soul Alignment with Elysia Hartzell. Look at for a pinned post up there. I'll start a thread for us to begin sharing our experiences. The more we share, the more we anchor in what we're receiving, and the more that we can unlock for other people. Feel free to repeat these healings as we move through the next days and weeks. They'll stay up in my group and up in YouTube. I don't believe in taking away healing, taking it down. I like to leave those up for you guys to return to in the future. So just know that those will be there for you. And tomorrow, we are going to be working on the area of finances, of money, of wealth, of abundance. I'm looking forward to what is going to come through for that. So as I prepare for these healings, I'm just guided as to what symbols to bring in, and all of the healing that happens in that journey, that's all coming in spontaneously as I'm connecting to all of you who are here live, and all of you who will be watching this replay in the future. I'm connecting to all of you energetically. And so it's pretty remarkable to me to witness and experience what is coming in for all of us. So this is a profound journey already. We're not even halfway through. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. You'll be receiving the replay in your email in a couple of hours. If you signed up for this journey, that has the link to the journal if you would like to print that out. And keep in mind overnight what you would like to bring in for healing and creation in the area of finance in your life tomorrow. So I'm sending you guys so much love. Remember to drink a lot of water, rest a little bit if you can, be gentle with yourself, take an Epsom salt bath if you are able to. Also, in case you missed it yesterday, I am hosting a little contest to win a private session with me. The information for that can be found in your reminder emails. It's a hashtag contest. If you're interested in taking part in that, all I'm asking of you is to share the link to sign up for this event, which people can still sign up and join me, along with the hashtag sacred soul symbols, so that we can track it and win and choose a winner randomly. So I'll put the link to the instructions for that in the comments of the Facebook live stream and the YouTube. And if you're here on Zoom, you can find that information in your emails. I've been having fun looking at those posts that you guys are making. So thank you for doing that. I look forward to seeing who wins. There will be a winner from Facebook and a winner from Instagram for a private 30-minute session with me, and also a $100 gift certificate towards Sacred Soul Symbol certification if you register for that, and a card deck, Sacred Soul Symbol card deck if you register for the certification. All right, I managed to keep it just over an hour, not quite 45 minutes, but that healing was even more expansive than I imagined. So that took a little bit longer. And I look forward to what we have in store for us tomorrow. So much love, everyone. So April, for the contest, it has to be a share on Facebook or Instagram, on a public post so that we can track it. Otherwise, we won't be able to track it, with the hashtag Sacred Soul Symbols and the link to sign up for the Odyssey journey. You don't have to be here live to win, but I would love it if you're there live. And I'll be announcing that on Friday at the end of our journey together. So, all right, have a great Halloween evening. Whatever, if you're doing Halloween things, if you're dressing up, have fun. I'd love to see your pictures if you're dressing up or if your kids are dressing up. Share those in the group if you would like to, in A Sacred Soul Limit with Elysia Hartzell. I look forward to seeing some of those. So sending you all so much love, and bye for now.